What's up guys? What's going on? Welcome back to another video here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the difference between a good product and a bad product, right? So for people who are doing product research, this is perfect, right? Especially just beginning out or just trying to, polish the skills a little bit. To know the difference between what to look for in a good product and a bad product is massive. You know this, right? And we all know that product research is 90% of the battle for Amazon sellers, right? Because if we don't give ourselves a good chance, it's all over from there, right? And it all begins with product research, okay? So if you are on product research, you want to learn more about product research, this is the video for you, okay? If you're new to this channel, I just want to welcome you in and just do a little introduction if you don't know what this channel is about or who I am. My name is Cameron James. I'm a seven-figure seller. My goal this year is to do another second seven-figure seller central account. So if you want to follow along with that journey, and also get tips, tricks, strategies that I'm learning along the way, this is a channel for you, okay? So any Amazon FBA seller, I think you guys are going to benefit here. And if you think that's the case, I would love it if you subscribed down below and follow my journey. That'd mean a lot to me. But otherwise, if you've been here before, welcome back. You know who you are. Otherwise, let's just get into it, right? Let's just not waste any more of your time, right? So digging into it, we dive into my screen, right? So what we're looking at right here is an iPhone case or iPhone cases, okay? And you don't know how many times I get a message on Facebook or on YouTube, with the comments and says, Cameron, can you take a look at my product, right? I want to make sure that it's okay. And 99% of the time, it's an iPhone case. And that's why I want to do this example to show you why you should not sell an iPhone case. This is an example of a bad product, okay? And so if we look down here, we see there's tons of different cases and different designs and things like that, which you might think that's a benefit to you, right? But if we go and in this video, guys, just a little heads up, I'm going to use Viral Launch to do kind of some product research and kind of show you guys what's going on. You can use the exact same tools in Helium 10 and Jungle Scout, so you can follow along no matter what software you're using. Just know that I'm using Viral Launch, and if you need a coupon code, it's always in the description. And again, I don't care what software you use, just do whatever's best for you, right? So hitting this little Viral Launch Chrome extension here, right, which all the product softwares have, I can see just right up here that, review count is around 6,000, okay, on average. So on average, every product that we're looking at on this page has an average of 6,000 reviews, okay? If that doesn't scare you away just by that, I don't know what else will, okay? But let's just keep going. A review rating is 4.55 overall, which is very, very good. That means that you'd have to be near perfect to be better than them, which is super hard to do. Monthly sales, 11,000 per month here on average. But the top guys, just looking right here, 375, 106, 179, 28,000, 446. So it tells me instantly, right, just by basic math averages, that if these top guys are doing this amount in sales, that means the bottom guys are doing near nothing, okay? If we go down, it gets lower and lower, 413, lower and lower, 25,000, 440, 12,000. Okay, see what I'm saying right now? And this is where you're going to start out, guys, right? So right there, I don't want anything to do with this product, right? Just based on pure numbers, okay? Next, product price, $16.88 on average. That's okay, but the top guys I'm looking at, $8.99, $6.99, $7.99, $8.99. Okay, $40 for an OtterBox, but we all know that's an established brand that's known for being premium. You're probably not going to compete with them very much. Ibelson, I'm not sure what that is, but they're doing okay at 20, okay? So product pricing, it's scary up top, but there are suggestions or options to go a little higher in price point. Okay, so estimated search volume, that means 23.7 thousand people a month are searching iPhone cases. And let's just do a little more back-end research, guys, right, with Viral Launch. And so if I'm on Viral Launch here, right, this is called competitor intelligence. All I'm going to do is going to take the top seller, put in their ASIN, and see what keywords they're ranking for, and compare it to their search volume, okay? So what I'm trying to look for is what keywords are driving sales, right? Some people just don't think about this, right? So you type in iPhone cases XL or something like that, and you're like, okay, all these guys are doing super well, I could get in here, but you didn't notice that there's only 500 searches a month for that keyword, okay? Where are the ones that are doing 100,000 searches a month that are driving the bulk of the sales, which we saw were up to 400,000, right? And so that's what we're gonna look for real quick, okay? So if I go to iPhone cases here, let's exit out of here, and let's take the top one here, which is this guy here. And we can grab his ASIN right here. You can see he's got 10,000 reviews at 5 stars. Holy cow. But let's go take a look anyways. So we track competitor. We're going to type this in. And I know Helium 10 for sure has this feature. It's called Cerebro. I don't know. They have weird names for everything. But it does work very well. And Viral Launch is called Competitor Intelligence. Jungle Scout, not sure, but I guarantee they have a tool. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to track product. Okay, so what this tool does is it will go ahead and show you all the competitor keywords in the category, in the iPhone industry of what people are ranking for, okay? So it grabs all those keywords, all right? The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sort it by volume estimate, okay? And we can see, I think I showed you a keyword that was doing like 24,000 searches a month. And we can see this one's doing 1.7 million searches a month, iPhone 11 case, okay? So we go back and we go back one more. So even if iPhone cases, this keyword we typed in, say this niche looked okay. Look, say the best guy had 200 reviews and was doing, again, 400,000 in sales, right? Or around that mark, or really high where like, I want in, okay? Well, we're not done with our research yet. There's probably more to know. If someone is doing 400,000 in sales, but the keyword's only getting 24,000 searches a month, you're missing something, right? And if you're not following along, just stay hang in there for me, okay? This will hopefully all make sense in a little bit, but this is something you guys need to understand. All right, it's very important. People forget about this or just don't think about it. But if something is doing a ton of searches, we need to go back and figure out what keywords are driving the sales for all these searches, right? And so we go to competitor intelligence. That's what we're using this for. We can see they're ranked. This product right here, what we looked for, is ranked number 1 for 1.7 million in searches for iPhone 11 case. So we can assume that, especially when the next one's 83,000, we can assume iPhone 11 case drives 90% of their sales, which we saw to be around 400,000, I believe it was, right? Somewhere in that range, which is crazy. So 90% of their sales is coming from this amount of volume. So you need to understand that, right? Because then what I would do next is I'd find the number 1 keyword in my niche that I'm looking for a product, and I would go ahead and next, let's go exit out of this. I would next go into iPhone 11, and what was the iPhone 11 case? Okay, type that in. And now I know this is the most popular search term for my niche, and that I would do my research here, okay? So I'd do the viral launch Chrome extension, right? And I'd see what the competition looked like, right? 10,000, 1,500, 1,500, 1,600, 3,500, 1,200, 3,000, right? So it's still super competitive, all right? And so, just be aware of that. You need to figure out all the best keywords for your product. That way you know where the sales are coming from and where the bulk of the competition lives, right? And so using competitor intelligence, which people might think this is complicated, but it really is not. We can see where they're ranked number 1, and we can see where all their sales are most likely coming from, right? It's not an exact science, but it's something that we can go off at least, especially when we play around with a game of estimates, right? And so make sure we're doing this, guys. That way we are double checking and understanding the market in a whole, okay? Again, I know it sounds complicated, but once you dig in, it's not so bad. Not so bad at all. So next, let's look at a product that's, I think is pretty good, right? That I pre-found, that has potential. And we start talking about that one, right? And right now, I know we're only talking about numbers. Hopefully we get along to start talking about some other things that make a good and a bad product. But I think numbers is, it keeps emotion out of it. And that's the best and number 1 place to start, right? The numbers need to make sense before we start looking at the other things like, is it breakable? How big is it? What shipping costs going to be? How hard is it to manufacture? What's the price point? Things like that, right? Numbers need to make sense first, and then we look at those kind of things, right? And so this product that I found is a large stuffed deer, okay? So I'm looking here, and what came up here was not a lot of large animals, right? This guy's a 9-inch plush toy. This guy looks little, 11-inch plush toy. So there's a lot of little guys right here, 12-inch. But I see one right here, giant deer stuffed. It's a stuffed animal, right? It's over 3 feet long, which is the biggest deer I've seen in this whole category. 169 reviews, which isn't perfect, but it's not bad, right? We're just looking at a product with 10,000 reviews. Ideally under 100, but as the internet's more competitive, that might not be possible, in some circumstances, okay? And so we're looking at this deer, and let's just go ahead and start looking at sales, right? And the first thing I loved about this deer that's big is it had a price point of $63.69, okay? It's a plush animal toy. You know how much this thing probably costs to make? Nothing, and we can shrink wrap it and make it into a smaller box. That way shipping's not that bad. And it's just a cheap, light toy, right? And it's at $63, okay? And so we look over, and then we also see monthly revenue at $24,000 in sales. Okay, so this is where this caught my eye, right? So we're starting to look at this niche. Okay, if we go and look at the niche as a whole, right? The first thing I saw was there wasn't a lot of big options, right? There wasn't a ton of big options at all, just all small options. So, okay, that's cool. The market seems to be not filled. Review count. An average of 69.75 reviews for this whole page, which is fantastic. Review rating is a little high, but that's kind of expected. It's a stuffed animal. Your product should be perfect every single time, right? They're not that hard to manufacture. Product price, $30. That's great. Monthly sales, 166. Not fabulous, but if we have a high enough price point at $30 a pop, right, on average, we should be doing plenty of sales, right? Fantastic amount of sales, okay? Obviously the toy is not breakable. It's a cool looking toy, right? It'd be fun to sell. And so we start looking more and more. Review quantity 169. This guy's 11, right? This guy's at 30, which is pretty good here. And it gets lower and lower because there's not a lot of big ones, right? There is a big one right down here. Hansa, let's go look at that one real quick. Right, Hansa. Okay, this one's huge at 251. I can't imagine what their margins are like. But anyways, guys, this looks like a good product, right? Everything kind of checks out so far. Let's go back on competitor intelligence and see what we find, okay? Because we got to figure out, what keywords are people searching to buy this? Is there demand? Is there, where are the sales coming from, right? 25,000 is quite a bit for this deer, right? And so we're going to grab his ASIN here, which is just right up here if you guys need it. It's also down below in the product description. And we're going to go back to competitor intelligence. We're going to track new competitor. We're going to throw this guy in, and we're going to track product. I love how in the description they say over 3 feet long. That's incredible. Okay, so we see right away that the stuffed animal field is very, very high in searches, which is good that, there's an overall, want for stuffed animals, right? 166,000 is great. We go down, but we need deer stuff, right? And so we see Melissa and Doug stuffed animals, which is must be a brand, but I don't think people are very brand centric in stuffed animals. I think it just got to be fluffy and good looking and not chemically smelling, right? So deer stuffed animal, let's see, 3,000 large stuffed animal, 3,200 stuffed deer, 2,500, right? They're not ranking for this. So that is a little bit of a concern, but we see that there's actual, keywords, that there's a good amount of searches, right? My fear was we went in here and we'd see 500 searches or 100 searches or, under 200, right? Which I have on volume estimate here, everything over 1,000. So next, what I do here, guys, is I would take one of these keywords, right? We got deer, stuffed animals, deer stuffed animal, right? And I would see that he is not organically ranked. And I want to see what's going on with this keyword, right? Because this would be, this would excite me the most to be ranked number 1 for, because it's deer stuffed animal. It's exactly what my product is, right? And I want to see what's going on here to see if I can compete on this keyword. So let's go to deer stuffed animal real quick. All right. So we go down, it's plush toys, okay? And so, there's not, a ton of competitors here. We see this one's a little bigger, 24-inch, lots of low reviews. Here we are right here. over 3 feet long. We're on the third part of a 3,500 keyword search. So I'm digging this stuff here, especially at $63.99. And this is what I would call a good potential product, right? There's so many more things we got to check off, guys, right? And I know this is not a full tutorial about all that, but that would be a 12-hour video, right? And I'd have a checklist, the biggest Santa's list, okay? And I understand that, but we need to start somewhere, right? And this is where you start and start to check the numbers, okay? And so I hope this helped. I hope this makes sense in your head of what I'm looking for in a product. That way you can go back and do the same when you're looking for your product, right? And that's all it is. When you're doing product research, you're looking, and all of a sudden either red flag comes up or green flag comes up. And this is what I look for a green flag, okay? And so, if this was helpful, I'll keep going more into product research with more videos, right? I only have so much time in a day to make a video, so I'll just keep making more and more content there. If you like that, please like, subscribe this video, and I'll keep making more for you. If you have any questions on, if I missed anything, comment down below. I love to help, okay? But otherwise, I'm gonna let you go with that. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you on the next one.